What is up, you guys? My name is Steph, and I want to welcome you to my channel. If you love all things fashion, story time, hauls, a bit of everything, we cover that here. So please make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for all upcoming videos. Okay, so I know it has been a really long time. This is very impromptu. I look crazy. I'm sorry about that. Oh my god, no, but like, jeez. Went blonde, cut my hair, put my extensions back in. Honestly, there is so much that I want to tell you guys, and I don't want to be like the person that's like, I've been going through a lot of personal stuff and then never gets into it, even though it's no one's business. But you guys are my friends, and I know that I've been MIA for a while, and I really want to tell you some of what has been happening lately. So, in December, I did my wonky version of Vlogmas. Honestly, excuse my look. I'm just roll with the punches here with me. So I did my wonky version of Vlogmas, and I intended to film on Christmas Day and continue filming videos up until the new year and so on and so forth. But what happened was, on the night of the 24th, December 24th, we went to bed and I felt super sick. I could barely sleep. My head had like a really bad fever, but my body was cold. It didn't make sense. I barely slept. Everything hurt me, my hair. And you know, for obvious reason, I thought I was sick with COVID. So whatever, the next day we wake up, I kind of forced myself to do to open presents because I didn't want to ruin the moment for my daughter, but honestly I had to be helped, like dragged out of bed to the couch to be able to participate in the gift opening and all that. I couldn't get that family moment because I could barely even keep myself together in that moment. But all is well, we end up like spending the day. I'm in and out of fevers. It's pretty bad. I'm in a lot of pain. Well, that night I go to bed and my fever just will not go away. Like the fever had no moment break. So I end up at the ER, and it turns out that I didn't have COVID, thankfully, but I did have the flu. So I had the flu, which was really bad. It was awful. And within that week, my mom had been saying that she was not feeling well, that she couldn't really see. And obviously, like, this is awful of me to say, but I really thought my mom was exaggerating for some reason. I'm like, you're blind, but you're still driving. Like, I don't know. So my mom had been for days telling me, like, I can't see anything. Like, everything, it feels like I have a spider in my eye. Like, it feels like I have a bug in my eye. It's really bothering me, whatever. Well, closer to the new year. So in all this is like from the 24th, I go to the hospital. I am extremely sick. My mom is telling me that she feels like she's going blind. On the day before New Year's Eve, my mom, I can hear her out in our backyard, and she's like crying, and she's like, I cannot see anything. Everything looks black and gray. I can't distinguish anyone's face. Like everyone looks like a shadow. Like she's crying and talking to herself. At this point, we had been trying to like get her to go to an optometrist. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. And we were trying to get her to go to this hospital near our house because it's the best when it comes to the eyes. One of the best hospitals. And she refused to. But that day, like when I heard her yelling, I felt horrible. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm not going to let you decide anymore. And I'm not going to let you stay like this for longer. Like, we have to take you to the ER. And unfortunately, you know, things are rough right now with the virus, especially during the holidays. The virus was just spiking out of control. So I could not go into the hospital with my mom. I could only drop her off and just wait around. I am going to tell you right now that this video is really going to be like a thread of really unfortunate events. But anyways, my mom ends up at the hospital. None of us can go in with her. She's taken in a wheelchair. Obviously, she's high risk because she is losing her vision. And they do these treatments on my mom. We don't see her until the end of that day, which I'm thankful that she didn't spend the night in the hospital, because I really would have felt shitty, like my mom in the hospital alone right before the new year. It just, you know, I kept calling her every hour, and then we got her back at the end of the night. And she started some treatment. She really was losing her eyesight, and it was awful. The next day, it was the 31st. It was New Year's Eve, and we really just we weren't in the mood for celebrating anything because of everything we had just been going through since the 24th. So it was kind of like a little quiet. Like, we did go out and buy fireworks. We did fireworks for my daughter and her cousin. But I really just kind of stayed inside all day with my mom. That was pretty much our New Year. And in all this, like, I just felt like my mental health was going to crap. Like, she's all that I have left. Like, my mom is my only parent that I have left. And to know that things had gotten so bad and that she was going blind, it's awful, you know. So it really started messing with my mental health. Like, I could barely leave the bed. I didn't want to do anything. There was a lot of fun things that were happening in and out, but I obviously, like, I wanted to pick up the camera and film, and I just didn't have that drive in me. I felt lost. I felt sad. I was trying to be present, but I couldn't. Like, it was just, like, I don't know how to explain it, but obviously just hearing about my mom's health declining was really, really rough and really scary. That is really kind of why I took time off and I didn't film any videos. I didn't have it in me to really want to pick up a camera and film and pretend that things were okay when they really weren't. Like, I was hanging on by a thread. Still am, but I feel like things are getting a little better. It was difficult. In the middle of all this, really battling with my depression and everything that's going on. And one day I am laying in bed. We woke up. It was actually a little chilly out. It wasn't cold, okay? It wasn't really cold, but it wasn't warm. It was like chilly. It was so nice out. So that day we decided to let my dog out for a little bit just so he could enjoy the breeze in our backyard. This is something that we have always done. We have protected, like, the backyard is fully sealed off. So, you know, it's something that we feel comfortable doing. So we end up letting my dog go outside just so he can feel the breeze a little and whatever. I go inside and we leave him there for a little bit. I could hear him barking every now and then. So eventually I go out and I'm trying to bring him in because I had to go pick up my daughter at school and I didn't want to leave him out there while no one was home. And when I'm calling him, he's like not answering. And I'm looking everywhere and I'm checking the cameras and he's nowhere to be found. And honestly, listen, like, I don't wish this on anyone. And if you've ever experienced this, it's honestly, I'm so sorry if you have. It's awful. It's like the thought of it makes my eyes watery. Awful. So I am panicking at this point, looking everywhere, scheming through the camera, asking my husband to, like, look through the camera just in case I miss any details. How could he have escaped? Like, we've done this with him for 8 years. He's never really ran away. What the hell? Like, how did he run away and from where, you know? And so I am calling my best friend. I'm calling everyone. I'm, like, freaking out. And so my best friend's boyfriend drives over to our house and he's looking and he ends up, like, finding this little hole that my dog dug and kind of ran out through there. Needless to say that it was almost like a kick me when I'm down sort of thing. It was like the final blow to just take me out completely, like KO completely. To me, Puka, my dog, he's my life. He's everything to me. But when my dad passed away, Puka became even more precious to me. He was really, I always say this story, but, like, I picked Puka from a bunch of puppies. But when he got home, he picked my dad as his human and they were inseparable. And, like, if I could show you my thread, my dad, like, all of our messages that I have, which I, you know, keep and I cherish them so much, like 90% of them is him being like, where's Puka? Is Puka with you? Can he sleep over with me? Like, stuff like that. So when my dad passed away, Puka really became like this thing that I treasure. Puka really became like everything to me, the last little bit of my dad that I had left. And what's crazy is, I think it was like 2 weeks after my dad had passed away, I had a dream with him. Like, it was a weird dream. It was one of those dreams that really didn't feel like a dream. It felt like it was an opportunity to say goodbye properly with my dad. And in that dream, I don't want to talk about it, it's really personal, but I do remember that there was this one part where he took out his phone and he was taking pictures of Puka. And I was like, Dad, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, just taking as many pictures as I can. Taking as many pictures as I can of Puka, just so I can look at them until he makes it up here with me one day, until we're reunited again. And that has always stuck with me. That has always been with me. And for me, it just felt like my dad being like, make sure you take care of him until him and I meet again. I take that really to heart, and now he was gone. And it all happened under my watch. And the worst part is, when he was little, he had like his collar, and we bought him like these higher plates with like all that decorational stand, whatever. And his collar got stuck in it, and it freaked him out so bad that he doesn't eat if he has a collar on. Like, he would starve for days. So I took his collar off. I just wanted to make sure he ate. So he disappeared with no collar, no nothing. And it was awful. It was awful. Like, I cried endlessly. I would come to work bawling my eyes out. I couldn't even, like when you come to work, or like you go somewhere and you can put this strong face and this brave face. Like, I was broken, and I was like crying and screaming, and it was awful. My best friend and I were constantly like putting a post, like a missing dog post. We had literally filled up the app. It was just like Puka, Puka, Puka all around, like everywhere. And then he went missing for 2 days. On the second day, was a Friday, I checked the neighbors app, and I see that someone says that they have seen him in a really far away neighborhood. And I honestly, at this rate, like, someone could have told me they saw my dog an hour away from my house. I wasn't risking it. I was gonna drive there. So I leave, and I'm telling my best friend, and all of us, like my husband, he was on his way home from work. And so my husband is like rushing to where I'm going. I'm going by myself. No F's to give. My best friend, her boyfriend, they're all of us are going to meet up where they saw him. I get to the place, and this family is outside on their porch, and she was like, oh my God, you're looking for a Yorkie, right? Because we saw him earlier. I thought it was weird, and I kept trying to get him, but he wouldn't let me grab him. And so I am crying. I'm broken at this point, because she's like, but he left. This was like an hour ago. And in an hour, so much can happen, So we are looking everywhere. We're yelling his name. I had 5% hope. And, I couldn't believe that we were so close yet so far. Like, God knows where he had been. We were like, and you know what's crazy? It's crazy how cruel people can be when you're looking for a dog. Because my friend, she would ask people around the neighborhood, and they would be like, oh yeah, are you paying? Are you paying? I'll give you information if you're paying. Like, what? So all in all, let's end this video on a good note. Puka's back. My mom is going to therapy. I'm doing a lot better. There's a lot of exciting things coming. I do have a haul coming. And I spontaneously, after such a crazy start to the new year, I spontaneously bought myself a ticket to go see Twice in New York, which I'm so excited because it's my first K-pop concert ever. And of course, I'm bringing you along for that 24-hour adventure. I'm only going for 1 day, and I'm so excited. It's next week, Sunday. I'm trying to get out all the videos that I have planned, like my explanation as to where have I been, which you're now watching this, I hope. There's a bunch of fun videos that I have coming up, and I'm excited for that. And I really hope that you guys are looking forward to that. I am going to do my wish list. I am going to do a haul. I am going to do the giveaway. And I am taking you guys with me to New York to spend that 24-hour adventure. I have missed you guys so much. Even though I was gone on YouTube, I have still been pretty active on my Instagram. Sorry to plug this here, but I have to. If you're not following me on Instagram, please make sure to follow me. It is I Am Just Broke. I always love interacting with you guys there. So please make sure to follow me, message me. Let's talk. Let's, become friends. I am actually going to also read some of your scary stories. I have received some over time, and I haven't fully read them because I want to read them on camera. But there's a lot of good things coming, and honestly, let's hope that there's no more hiatus. I have missed you guys so much. I have missed filming so much, and I'm so excited for everything that's to come. Yeah, you guys, let's end this on a good note. A lot of exciting things coming. I love you guys so much. I can't wait to see you in the next video, and then the one after, and the one after, and the one after. But until then, bye.